Yeah. Man, what it do, man? We back with another one, man. This one here, man. Y'all got to hear this bullshit, man. Y'all got to hear this, man, on no jumper. Y'all know how Adam 12 get down. I got to let this ride here. I'm gonna shut the fuck up and get to the content. But y'all can read what the title say right there. Brandon calls ICE protesters idiots. And my man does have a point. So let's just sit back and listen real quick and just hear him out.
In LA is on Brandon's
Yeah.
helmet.
So
And
let me
he's trying to
finish.
explain why.
So let me finish my
Shouts
point.
to the Don Moose for coming out and supporting
we
the
go.
protest. You feel me? I seen
Here we go.
RJ, I seen Jomo there. You feel me?
Anybody
Yeah.
supporting that protest is an idiot,
Gang
and I'm going to tell you why.
Gang
Because
members need to come out for the. This is what I said about
seen
that.
the
Yes,
Don
not
Moose
the.
out, I ain't
No,
gonna
go
lie.
ahead, finish. Go ahead.
these gang members need to go home and take care of their children and clean up their neighborhoods.
That's
I
fact.
can't do both.
Because the whole purpose.
Munchie B sound like a damn idiot. Why they can't do both? Motherfucker, you can't even see out of both eyes. Motherfucker, you talking about why they can't do both. This boy here crazy, man. He right. Y'all, why are y'all partaking in that? Why are y'all helping them? What are you getting out of this? So they don't fuck with y'all no more? This is what y'all do? Y'all won't help bury another black man, but y'all go help fight these folk for these folk. And these folk don't come out and fight with you all, but they fight with you all in the prison. Idiots, man. Idiots.
Purpose of the protest is based on a lie. The ICE was doing, it wasn't even ICE, it was federal agents on a drug bust. A bunch of ignorant people thought it was ICE raids. They went down there and started causing trouble. Ultimately, they're not doing any damage.
They were doing
That's
ice raids.
100% not
Listen.
true.
Yeah, they were doing ice raids over the weekend.
You're wrong.
But,
You're
but,
wrong.
but how you
No,
explain
they
this
were in
running up to
downtown and in
graduation though?
Paramount.
Why is
Can I
they,
finish my point? Because I already know I'm right.
But now you're lying.
lying.
No, I'm not lying.
but why they crashing graduations?
Listen,
Thank
if
you.
it was a lie, why not let it be said so you could disprove it?
Okay,
Well,
go
I mean,
ahead.
I listened to the New
You
York
know
Times
it's the truth when
podcast about it
everybody got a
this.
filibuster.
Okay, I listened to the New York Times podcast about it this morning, and they seemed very confident that it was in fact ice raids taking place in Paramount and downtown.
Okay.
I don't know what's your basis of saying that it wasn't.
Paramount
The truth is,
I haven't heard that one. But it could be true. Let's see and find out. Let's see is what he's saying factual. Because on here they're gonna say it's not because of that. But let me see. It says Lake Street ICE investigation, seizure of 900 pounds of meth linked to search. Now I don't know if this is what they talking about, but this didn't happen in LA. This happened in Minneapolis. Authorities say the criminal investigation along Lake Street in Minneapolis last week that was mistaken for an ICE raid started with seizure of 900 pounds of meth in Burnsville. Now this happened in Minnesota, and this was last week. Now, when was this article published? It says June 10, 2025. So that was just the other day. Oh man. But this happened in Minneapolis, but this said the raid happened last week in Minneapolis. So I don't know. I haven't seen nothing like that said that happened in LA and the protesters mistaking them for the ISIS people. You know what I'm saying? And I haven't seen that. It just say Minneapolis. If you Google it, it say Minneapolis. But it did happen. It just didn't happen in LA, but it did happen. So, let's fact check that. But let's keep going with the content, man.
basis,
Northeast LA,
the violence and the protesting started because people mistook a federal drug bust as an ICE raid. Anyone can look that up on Google if they care beyond 2 gives of F's about what happened. So the only point I'm making is this ultimately. The only people who are suffering are the same people who supported you, you idiot. They support illegal immigration. They support you coming over here, taking a job from an American. Now you're destroying their business. LA went totally blue. So now the people who voted for the Democrats who let 20 million illegal immigrants come in the country are now suffering. In what way is what these people are doing impacting?
This is not a
Republicans?
partisan issue.
Just for the record, you were wrong. It was ice raids over the weekend.
Yeah. I was not.
So you
I
Wait,
know I'm
you
right.
can't just admit you were wrong?
I already know I'm right.
Hey, Brandon, so you just basically they reacting wrong.
Yeah, basically, they is going about it the wrong way because he's right. The people that supported you, y'all tearing up their businesses. yesterday, what I saw, the police LAPD wasn't even doing nothing, and they taunting LAPD. They throwing stuff at them. They all in their face. You know, these are people that's supporting you. Instead of showing that y'all on the same page, you with each other, y'all do this. Y'all burn cars, tear up shit. Just don't make sense. This was very, very disrespectful.
It's not about ICE raids.
I know, but you're saying the way they reacting, looting.
But there were ICE
It's
raids.
rooted. I see he's trying to walk it back.
No, I feel like it's weird that you lied and you're not admitting that you lied.
For real, because
Nobody never admit they lied.
Because look, this is what I'm getting from it, bro. It's kind of like you saying that people mistaking the drug bust for an ICE raid, so they started looting and polluting. And what Adam is saying that there was ICE raids as well.
Yeah,
This
factually
drug bust
was.
you talking about.
We know that
That's
there
the
are.
cause they looting for.
We
basically.
all know that there were ICE raids, but what particularly kicked off this situation was a drug bust that was mistaken for an ICE raid. ICE raids are happening all over the country. They've been happening the whole year.
this is
I like this.
Specific ones
Yes.
this weekend.
No,
Yes.
this is a straw man argument, and it's
Okay.
completely wrong, bro. Like,
Okay, now you do yours. He spoke. Now you do.
I mean, we looked it up, but sorry, big man, I don't see it either. You should have pulled it up on your phone, man. They could have blew it up on the screen. We could have seen where we could have got the information, and you could have gave us the link, but I don't see nothing either. But let's just keep going, man. I don't know.
I didn't even get to finish my point,
No,
but all
no,
right.
I mean,
Y'all win.
Hey, could you
I don't
explain
give a
why
fuck.
they go to somebody's graduation and do that shit?
Listen, it don't matter what I explain, because when I start talking,
No,
the
no,
liberals in the room.
Brandon's
just
mad
like
because
on
he
every-
didn't get 10 minutes straight to speak
No, I
to
don't
us
need
without.
10 minutes.
I fact checked one
If
thing
I
that you
got
said, and now
one-
you're acting like you're being silent.
If I got one, listen, bro, I talk for 20 seconds. You, and you all interrupting me.
Pop
Then
your
you
shit.
say he wants to talk
Go
for
ahead,
10
pop
minutes.
your shit, bro. Go ahead.
yeah,
get
what
it
do you
off.
feel like you haven't said
Get
yet?
it off.
I'm telling you that the thing that's jumped this off was a mistaken drug bust. But what I'm ultimately telling these people, these Hispanic people, since they want to act like it's only them, you're destroying businesses of people who support you. And you think that that's going to hurt Donald Trump. It's not.
It's only
It's not
proving
going to
his
stop
point.
anything.
Did they-
and if
did
you would
they
take 2
destroy the
seconds
Chamoy
to
factory?
stop, if you take 2 seconds to stop being ignorant, the mayor supports you, the governor supports you, the businesses downtown support you, whether you're illegal or not. Why destroy their stuff? What you're doing is turning these people against you now because you're acting crazy.
But that's like a criticism of every riot. Every riot affects. So you go back to the 92 riots. What were they destroying? They didn't go to Rodeo and smash up the Gucci store. They smashed up shit in their own neighborhood.
So the 92 riots, because I kicked off from my hood, they was so basically what they was targeting any business that wasn't black.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
The
That's what
Asian
they
community.
doing.
But what I'm
Some
saying
black
is,
businesses
But that,
got
I had the
but hold
same-
on, but just
yeah.
to clarify,
I had the
that's
same-
because there wasn't that many.
I said this yesterday. The fight is not the same. Their fight is not the same as our fight. See what I'm saying? I said this yesterday. You can't compare apples to oranges, man. When we fight for that real cause. We fight for our freedom. We fight for our children's freedom. We fight to be respected. We fight for decent wages. We've been doing it since we've been in this country, and we know how to do it. They came over here after everything we've been through. Everything. They wasn't around. And when they was around, they didn't partake. It's only a few of them that did. You know what I'm saying? It's only a few of them that did. But everybody else sat back, and then once the smoke cleared, nigga, then here they come. Oh, man.
I had to-
owned businesses in South Central.
I had
But
the
it wasn't
same.
because there wasn't that many owned black businesses. It was because the Rodney King beating and then the brother got killed in the store.
Correct,
So
correct.
it was just like any
Correct.
business that's over here that's not black, we gonna loot and pollute.
Correct.
real
But what were
cause.
like the significant
real
black businesses that were
cause.
spared?
A meaningful
It was black businesses back
cause.
then. Why you don't think
No,
it was black business?
Yeah,
there
for
was
sure.
significantly less in 1992. There
No,
was way less
no.
within
It
that
was a lot of
community.
black businesses. It's less
Comparatively-
now.
compared to now?
It's less now.
Compared to now,
Yeah.
It's less
now.
now.
I
I
don't
think
know
it's
about
less.
that, brother.
I think back then it was like, because I remember going to school, like how you see the tamale ladies, the ice cream trucks, and all that. Black people was doing that back then when I was younger.
No. So in that sense, yeah, there is a lot more
Even stores though too.
Not only that, but there's a way more densely populated.
So this thing called crack that happened in the 80s to you all in Cali, that happened to us, happened to New York, eventually went down south, right? I don't know if that shit was planted like everybody believe, or did somebody actually just sat down in a lab and say, man, I need to find a way to really fuck black people over. You know, not some shit motherfucker just discovered doing in their own country and say, hey, we just gonna sell it across the world. I kind of believe like, you know, like when the crack era came, it started in Oakland from what I hear. It didn't start in LA. So why Oakland? Why the top work its way down and then spread? You see what I'm saying? See the L shape. It did an L shape. It started from here, Northern California, went down to Southern, and then it spread it. See what I'm saying? It really messed these people up, man. He right. Y'all had everything out there in Cali. Y'all had the money. Y'all had the, you know what I'm saying? The cars, the rolling in my 6'4", with everybody. Said, man, that made us, man. That made everybody here in Chicago, New York. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna, you know, admit it, but New York was into it. We was all fascinated by that shit. Everybody wanted to talk like Snoop. You had motherfuckers crip walking and, you know what I'm saying, doing the B shit and all that. Man, come on, man. Come on, man. The West Coast has inspired the world, positive and negative. Think about what I'm saying. It started from y'all state and it worked its way to the other side of the ocean. You see what I'm saying? Now, I'm not talking about coke. I'm talking about crack. Crack, nigga. Not coke. Crack. Because the East Coast didn't have no problem with getting coke. Because they right there. The ports, everything, Miami, everything right there on the East End. They had no problem with that. The crack, though, came from Oakland, from the West Coast. So you gotta wonder, this is a real design plan, man, for them to really, you know, ethically cleanse black people. Cause think about it. When the crack was working, here come sinners, here come people saying, no, we need to help people. All right. People was getting help. People was going back to church. People was getting their jobs, getting back on their feet. People was buying nice homes, moving. People was doing better. So once that didn't work, now you got a flood of immigrants coming in. Same way in Chicago. You got people here coming up. You know what I'm saying? You got people here living good, eating good. You know, everybody ain't fucked up. I'm not going to sit and say everybody fucked up. Everybody here ain't fucked up. You know, and I'm not talking about the elite blacks. I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, not even middle class, just, you know, motherfuckers that say they money, went to work, made, you know, better choices in their life. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about them people. They not fucked up. They doing what they supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us is fucked up because of choices. So when we choose to vote for these people who once never really was for us at all, I ain't gonna say really, they was never. They used to be the Dixiecrat Party. They just reformed. I think you all need to listen to some of this information that is out here. It only takes a couple of seconds to hear what somebody got to say and fact check you know, what they saying. And don't read more than, you know, don't read just one source. Read more than one source. Read more than one source.
Just black population in South Central
For
at
sure.
that time. There's way more Hispanics that live there now.
Yeah, definitely.
The significant. Compton is 70% Hispanic. Back then it was like 20 to 30.
But if you look,
feel me?
but if
Like,
you
they're
look at
predominantly black, it no longer is.
For sure.
if you look at the nature of all these riots, and this is where the education has to happen. I said the same thing about the BLM riots. They were acting like a bunch of animals out there, burning down the pharmacy where their grandma go get her medicine, and their kids can't go to school to the lot. You're only hurting yourself, but you think you're hurting the government. Trump still won. So the lesson that can be learned here without all the filibustering is this. If you're going to do something to attack your enemy, quote unquote, go burn something that hurts them. Go to Orange County and do something, because that's where
Right.
Trump has the support.
Right.
How does you destroying a business
Right.
that services you, that supports you?
So I'm
Right.
guessing you voted for Trump, right?
Of course, 3 times.
That's why I be saying about us. It's like, don't destroy your neighborhood. Go into their motherfucking neighborhood and dog
So
walk.
what about when Trump led them people to the Capitol and told them to basically told them to do their shit? They went in there and you know
I
what
was
I'm
against
saying?
And they
that
all
too.
got pardoned.
I was against
And they all
that
got
too.
pardoned.
I was against that too.
Let's hear 10 minutes.
But
about
at
that
least,
then, 'cause
but
you-
no,
you need to
let
get
me
on
tell you
Trump.
this, Munchie. At least they destroyed some government buildings. That's actually doing something. How is destroying the Adidas store making an impact? The Trump supporters are actually have intelligence.
What
They
is-
went to the government
What
and
is the
destroyed some
Adidas-
stuff. They
what
didn't
is-
destroy their own
Hold on,
neighborhood.
though. What is Adidas as a corporation doing for the Latino
Let me ask you
or
a
Black
question.
community?
Let me ask you a question,
Answer
Les.
that question.
Let me ask you a question, Les.
Answer that question.
What did Trump supporters destroy?
What is
No, I'm asking.
Capitol.
Yeah.
What did they destroy? The Capitol, right?
Correct.
What are these mindless idiots destroying?
They literally went to the.
What are these?
The
I want-
epicenter.
it's a
the
simple
epicenter-
question.
No,
Hey,
Yeah, but now you
It's
don't
a
even give him 2
simple-
seconds to
No,
answer
because he's
it.
trying to go.
So dude with the blue hat on, I guess he Cuban, Mexican, or whatever he is, he in denial. He's in denial big time. He don't want to answer the questions. Adam had to answer it, like the Capitol. Like, right, answer the question. He man, ask the question, answer it. The Capitol. Now, to both blacks and Mexicans, why y'all don't go do that over there? Why y'all gotta come in the neighborhood and destroy shit, rob shit, take shit? Why y'all don't just go to the Capitol? Take your anger out on the people that got you doing the robbing and the stealing and the killing and the drilling.
No, I'm not. The
You
epicenter.
fried.
The epicenter of where the riot was at the detention center.
Bro, they haven't
Literally-
destroyed one detention center.
That's literally
Fact.
where they were congregating.
Can you show me
That
where
was
detention?
That's where it was at.
Lush,
It's right in
they are
downtown
currently
LA. Right out-
they're currently going into shopping, like clothing
So
stores.
earlier, so earlier you said that they were destroying businesses that were beneficial to their community.
They are.
So what exactly has Adidas done for
They're
the
not
Latino
just destroying
community?
Adidas, but if I want to go buy my kid a pair of shoes, I can't now.
Nobody should be buying their kids a pair of shoes anyway because we
Get
consume
Amazon.
it. Nobody shouldn't be a consumer. I'm gonna keep it real, right?
It just
you're
feels
acting
like
like they're
whenever there's a
destroying their own
protest,
community.
which is a very American thing to protest to get what you want, the commentary that's supposed to debunk rioting or protesting is like, oh well, I can't go get my kids shoes from the Adidas store. It's like, who gives a f-? Like,
Yeah.
people were angry enough that they had the desire to make this big of a stink. I might not 100% agree with it, but I can't take it away from them.
Nobody
that they
care
felt
about no
like they didn't
Adidas
have
right
any
now.
way to
So,
get
Yeah,
listen,
rid of it.
yeah.
it makes total sense when you think that
Is
people
that a
work.
hypothetical or is it a real Adidas store that got hit?
It
Who
really
cares about
is.
Adidas?
Yeah, yeah,
man?
I see
Well, I
Is
think
Adidas sponsoring us right now?
No. Two brothers that was racist came with Adidas. They split up and one got Puma, one got
What they
Adidas.
got to do with
So-
anything, man?
Germans.
Fuck Adidas.
No, wait, listen. You
They got to
on
do
one
anything.
hand, you got to get the option. Don't matter where they're at on site. Then all of a
Agreed.
sudden, all of a sudden,
That ain't
let me.
agreed.
I can't get
Because
one
I
of
ain't no
these two
crash
bars
out.
out because it's just
But if the
too.
police at
It's
the
too
corner,
real.
I'm gonna
But wait,
It's too real.
Brandon,
These niggas can't handle it. I get it. I get it.
I
Brandon,
like
do you
to hear it.
realize,
I
like,
wanna hear it.
Niggas can't handle facts. I care about a Mexican getting dragged out of a funeral, but I smoke a nigga anywhere I see him. I'm not buying that.
No, but Brandon,
and because I'm not buying it, niggas got to be. It's hypocrisy.
Well, I
it's
don't-
pure
I-
hypocrisy.
I don't agree
different.
with parents getting separated from their kids and shit.
And I don't
Straight up.
agree with black men getting gunned down in the middle of the street in their neighborhood for no real reason other than they from another street.
Well, you should have
don't
never been
either.
cripping then.
How you talking about me?
No, but and this is the
Let's
reason
be
why.
criminal.
But this is the
Let's be
reason,
criminal.
Brandon.
Totally academic.
Brandon, this is the reason
I
why
don't
people
either,
are tripping.
What they got to do with anything, man? What does see? This is what I'm talking about. How black men, uneducated black men think. This is the mind of an uneducated black man who's been shot. I think he been shot in his head, his face. That's why he blind. You know what I'm saying? So, he ain't thinking straight. He not even thinking straight. He talking about you shouldn't be cripping. Now, what they got to do with anything? Yeah, none of y'all should be in the game. But they ain't got nothing to do with his point. What he trying to say. You know what I mean? You can't talk to slow motherfuckers, man. Y'all got to stop talking to these slow motherfuckers, man. Y'all just got to prove that they slow. Just show them that they slow, man. Hold the mirror up. Let them look at themselves. Show them that they slow. They don't know nothing, man.
Next hard. It's because
Malcolm X said eye for an eye. Shit, I don't agree with
By
that.
any
check
means
in,
necessary.
Check in,
So burn that shit
check in.
down.
The fact that you're from Long Beach and from the hood that you're from,
And you was cripping.
and you was cripping, and you beef with so many essays, and it's like the most racial tension in all of LA counties in your city. You saying this shit has a different accent to it.
The Longo-
it seems like you're being racist.
The Longo Long Beach stuff has really nothing to do with race because there
But
are
it has
black
everything
dudes
to
from
do
Longo.
with. But it has everything to
It
do
has
with
everything
the
to
way
do-
you
It
view
has
race
horrible
relations.
points. Listen, it has everything to do-
It's different races from all games.
Yeah, it has everything
Can
to
I
do with
speak
how.
from my city versus Lush speaking from my
But
city?
it has everything
I
to
don't
do with
speak
how
for
you
Van
view
Nuys.
race. I ain't
I
from
don't
no Van Nuys. I'm from West Side LA. You
Okay.
might have heard
Well,
of
I
my
don't
city.
speak-
It's called Los Angeles.
Well,
I'm
I
from the
don't
west
speak-
side of town, homie.
I'm from the
Where you're
Paloma.
West of La Brea,
We
West
banging
Bracket.
our set. I'm from the
Vine
Paloma.
Street in Van
We banging.
I ain't from Van Nuys. Shouts to Van Nuys.
I'm from the
Van
heavy.
Nuys is active.
Well, I
This is the problem, man. They think everything a fucking joke. They got 607 Unc on here. Just fucking this retarded motherfucker, man. He was fucking retarded as hell. You know what I'm saying? He got some sense when he wanna have some sense. You know, I understand it's all fun and games, but when you're talking about situations like this, all jokes got to be aside because people's lives are at stake here. People are losing their lives. People are getting thrown out this country. You know what I'm saying? So this ain't no laughing matter.
don't speak for where you're from.
Van
I
Nuys-
can speak for where I'm from.
West LA.
This is how it works. The reason you know it's not racial is because if a black gang did the same stuff that the Mexican gang is doing, it would be the same type of beef. So it just happens that they are Hispanic. It just so happens that we're black. There's Mexican gangs going at each other over the same type of stuff.
What
It ain't
make-
racial.
There's
One
racial
thing.
tension out there,
I
bro.
just want to say this. Everybody don't know
Minimizing
jungle.
Some of my best friends
I just
are
want to say this.
Mexican.
I want to
I play
say
football
black
with a bunch
and
of Mexican
Mexicans
dudes.
are the same. And I'm gonna say, listen,
idiot.
Mexicans they came from. For everybody watching this, I'm gonna teach y'all something. Mexicans came from Morocco, right? They from Morocco. There's a place in Africa, but America's Africa. I'm gonna teach you that later.
Wow.
They came from Morocco. They traveled to a place called Spain. They had sex with them women, and they came out speaking Spanish, and they called them Spaniards, and they was Mexicans. So Mexicans
talking
are
about
black.
Spaniards. He
Mexicans
meant
are black.
Spaniards.
They are the same. Black and Mexicans are the same. We all are legally here. That's what I'm telling y'all. That
Kids don't
He's talking
put-
about
I'm telling y'all
kids
this.
don't put this on your history
y'all don't
test.
understand. It's true.
Okay,
That's
so
true.
this-
In Spain,
meant
the Moors
Spaniards,
ruled
not
Spain for
Mexicans,
years.
but-
Listen. All right, but this
This
what I
doesn't
thought.
even
And they
make
had
sense.
sex.
That makes no sense.
They had sex.
Listen though.
That's what got my mama.
Mexico, that was the Aztec natives' land.
No,
was.
go back
It was Aztec
go back to the
land.
Kemet. Go back to Atlanta Kemet. Go back.
It was
Go back
Aztec
further. You right,
land,
but go
no
back further.
Americans. No,
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Until the
Let me teach y'all
Spaniards
something.
came over there,
Let me teach you something. Let me teach you something. Let me teach you something. Listen, what you said is correct. What you said is correct, right? But listen. Everything stopped and started over. Listen to me, gang. Everything stopped and started over. So everybody had a land at a point of time.
Mexicans-
Earth keeps stopping and starting. Like right now, this is America, but before it was Africa. You see what I'm saying? So what you're saying is the truth. That's why everybody's confused.
This
So
was
we all been
Africa.
reincarnated,
This was
and we
Africa.
all been here so
lost
many
me with that
times, and we just saw it flip so many different times.
This is
And
the
that's the truth.
He said run that back.
And that's the
This is
truth.
Africa.
This is Africa.
That dude is a fucking idiot. We all been here. No, we haven't, man. No, you just go to show people don't know nothing, very uneducated. I mean, come on, dude. Everybody know what the Spanish did during slavery. They wasn't in slavery. Google what their role was in slavery. Google what their role was. It wasn't. Just look it up, man. It's nothing pretty. And as far as the Aztecs in Mexico, yeah, he's right about that. That's the civilization thing. I don't get into too much of that. Y'all can Google that. But yeah, that's part of it too. You know what I'm saying? He's right about that. But 607 Uncle's definitely wrong about, now he's like he do say he's talking about the Spaniards. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That's a whole different, they don't even look at Mexicans the same way. Shit, go over there to Spain, man. Them people, man, shit. They ain't fucking, you call them people in Spain fucking Mexican, and watch they don't tear your fucking head off. Totally two different type of Spanish type of motherfuckers, man. Straight up. That's real. It's like calling a Puerto Rican a Mexican or a Mexican a Puerto Rican. They don't play that shit over there, man. But y'all do y'all history and do y'all research. This ain't history class, so I'm not finna Google shit. But I know what he's saying. Yeah, been there and done that. So yeah, partially what this man over here is saying is true. You know what I'm saying? And 607 Unc is just a fucking idiot. I mean, he's a fucking idiot. Great entertainer, but a fucking idiot.
This is Africa.
At the camera,
This is
over there.
Africa.
The camera over there. be trying to look at
No,
that.
I'm talking to him. I ain't looking at him. I'm talking to Cuz.
This is the thing. Spanish conquistadors came to South America.
No.
And they made it with indigenous tribes.
No.
And that's where Mexicans came from.
Before
The
that.
Aztecs migrated
No,
all the
before
way.
that. Before that, bro, go back to Morocco, gang. Go back to Atlanta, Kemet. No, go back to the first. Go back. Listen, did y'all know? Listen, did you know this? Did you know this? America. The name of America is Africa, but the name of Africa is the Garden of Eden, nigga. So I'm telling you, everything started right here. Everything started right here. So I'm telling you, this is the truth.
This is straight bullshit.
This is straight truth.
This is crap.
This is straight truth.
This is like you didn't go to the third grade.
Listen, no. If you were third grade, you lost.
Ain't nothing started from over here. Civilization started over there, man. It's been documented. It's in the Bible. We are an extension of the Roman Empire. So I don't know where he getting his information from. This dude here, 607 I mean, great fucking entertainer. You know what I'm saying? But fucking idiot, bro.
Lost because school was made to control you. They gave. Listen, why the fuck? This how you know. Adam, why the fuck we plant
on a
leaves to a
one-on-one
flag?
level, it can be fun to argue with you when you're saying retarded things. But like when we're trying to have a serious conversation, you're telling us
serious.
this is Africa.
This is Africa. You don't want it to be.
This is retarded.
You don't want it to be.
You're dragging us all
You
down.
don't want it to be Africa. Listen,
Don't make me go suspect on you.
Why come kids gotta say, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America? As a kid, they train you to pledge allegiance to shit. You don't know what the pledge allegiance even mean. Stop playing on me. How the fuck a kid even know that? What I'm telling y'all is everything is for control. Everything is for control.
A majority of the people who voted in the 2024 election voted for Donald Trump. And the number one issue that they were voting on, the number one issue that moved the needle and made people move towards Trump was because the people are fed up with a loose, weak border and they want to see the border strengthened and they want
fuck a weak, loose border, a weak government, motherfucker. Shit. You know, we don't want no too powerful government, because then when that happens, nigga, martial law, this, that, and third, it's the end of the world when that happens. So no, we don't want that type of government. We're not ready for that yet. I don't think you guys are. You know I'm definitely not, but for the most part, yeah, we tired of the weak shit. You know what I'm saying?
illegal immigration to be cracked down upon. So, yes, it is very, very ugly to see people being dragged out of their homes and businesses as a result of these ICE raids. That being said, it's hard to argue with the fact that the country moved massively in the direction of Donald Trump, whose signature issue was deporting the fuck out of people. They asked the border czar, whatever his name is, Tom Homan, they asked him, are you seriously thinking that you're going to go into people's homes, that you're going to achieve something close to 100% removal of illegal immigrants? And he said, yes, that's exactly what we're going to do. Now, a lot of political pundits that I saw comment on this basically didn't believe that it was possible.
I don't know about 100%. I don't know about 100%, but what I do know is he can get, if you can get half, that's cool. You can get 45, 50%, 60%. That's good. That's good enough. That's cool, man. Because there probably are some good people here. I'm not saying that, but if they here legally, you know what I'm saying? And if they, good citizens, then try to work with them, get them legal. If they got to pay a fee, a fine, because y'all make us pay for every goddamn thing. Y'all make us pay for everything. I don't care what city, state you from, you paying for something. So we got to pay, make them pay for their right to be here. At least do that. Just don't hand them a piece of paper and say you're a citizen. At least say, all right, you've been over here 10, 20 years. What kind of assets do you have? Let them put their house up for their citizenship. They'll do right. They will do right. Let them give y'all some kind of collateral. Let them buy their freedom. If that's what they want, if they really want it. Y'all spoiling these folks, man. Y'all not letting them earn shit. Y'all just giving it to them while y'all trying to make us tell us earn. Don't be lazy. Earn. Nah, we ain't on that. But anywho, I'm finna end this, man. These niggas don't know what they talking about. You know what I'm saying? Dude with the blue hat, he in his feelings. Munchie B just ain't saying nothing. He's not even part of the conversation. So I know where his mind is at. The two big dudes, seem like they, got some kind of intelligence, 607 Nah, Not at all, bro. You know a little something, but you got it all twisted. You got it. You just got it all twisted. You got the story all mixed up. Adam, you know the truth. You know about police activity, man. So come on now. Come on now. You know how this shit go. You know legal and illegal. You know what's up. So it's only right that they do this the right way, man. If they coming in, they getting these violent offenders up out of here, they getting these people out here that's not contributing, lazy on public aid, doing worse than black folks. Get them out of here then. What are they contributing? If you here off my dime, but you're not contributing, you doing worse than me, then you don't need to be here. You don't need to be here at all. So, man, I'm gonna end this right here, man. I got shit to do today. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Y'all be smooth. Peace.